I guess this is take 2 of night 3. I think my internet broke or something, so sorry. Oh, welcome back, everyone. Sorry. Hi, Tucker. Hi, Inez. Hi, Gage. Hi, Kristen. And 3 others that I can't read. Brooklyn, Eli, Mish, Abby. Everybody's back to party. I think my internet broke, so sorry. Technical difficulties. What's up, Haley? What's up, Justin? Obviously, this is a low production thing because it's just me and my crappy Wi-Fi. So sorry. Quick recap. In case you didn't know, we came back. Yes, we did. Libby, Jamie, Alyssa, you guys are my homies. Okay, oh, Jamie's here. I'm gonna just let her in. Let's go. Hello, hello, hello. So, want to try something new? Oh, there she is. Hello. So tonight I just wanted to start it different and just have different people pop on. If you have like a fun thing that happened to you this week, a funny thing or a good thing, like drop a party emoji and maybe I'll go live with you in a sec. But Jamie, you're doing your brows in a row.
I'm tinting my eyebrows. That's why they look crazy. They didn't look this crazy until I got live, and now I'm regretting
You know what?
it.
This is real life. You got a comment from Niche. Heck yeah, Jamie, our queen, which is real. Influencer. You are my favorite influencer, Jamie, to be honest.
Thank you. Swipe up.
Oh my gosh. So what's something good or funny that happened to you this week?
Okay, I have a funny story. Justin and I took our dogs to the rec center, and we were going to let them loose, which we never do because our dogs are notoriously insane and untrained and just terrible.
But they look so soft.
But they're so cute.
Yes, I want to pet them.
So we love that. So anyways, we took them over to the rec, and I let Kobe off. We went out to a softball field. There's like nobody out there. And we took him, it's just like an open field with a fence around it. And so I took Kobe off of his leash, and he was just like sniffing and hopping around. And then Kobe took Charlie off his leash. And for those of you that don't know,
take the other dog off the leash? I'm confused.
What?
How does a dog take another dog off a leash?
No, Justin took Charlie off of his leash.
You said Kobe took Charlie off the leash.
I did.
You for sure did. I was like, did you have thumbs? I'm confused.
I've been in my house too much.
I was like, this is getting weird. Like, I don't really understand this story anymore. So Justin, your husband, took your other dog off the leash.
So Justin took Charlie off his leash. And for those of you that don't know, Christine loves Charlie.
I love him.
Charlie's like Christine's god dog. Anyways, wow, I cannot talk.
God dog is a palindrome, everyone. You're welcome.
So Charlie took off. I mean, I have never seen him run so fast in my life, and he didn't even run towards anything specifically, just a straight line, like a half mile. He just took off. So I recently injured my knee in volleyball, so I couldn't really like run after him. So Justin runs after him, and it's like 5 minutes of us just looking like complete idiots, chasing after Charlie, and we could not get him. Finally, I had to walk backward. Like, I saw him, and I had to walk like this.
Thank you for the demonstration. This is amazing right now.
Just to get him, because I had to sneak up on him. Anyways, we got him, and Justin was wheezing and coughing for the next, like, hour because of how much he ran and how hard he went. MVP, Justin.
That's amazing. Good job, Justin. Also, Jamie, you have so many fans. And Brooklyn, thank you for acknowledging that I'm allergic to dogs, but also Drexel for knowing that just to their saliva. So if Charlie doesn't lick me, I can hold him forever.
Wait, wait, who's allergic to the saliva?
I am.
You're allergic to dog saliva?
Yeah. Okay, why do you have to yell it on the internet? Dang it. Stop laughing at me. Okay, someone else. Who else has something good or funny to share instead of Jamie bullying me on the internet? This is rude. Hi, Drexel. I need you to be gone. I need somebody else. Someone drop a party emoji and tell me that you have something funny to share.
How do I remove myself?
How do I remove you? Bye. I'm just going to pull somebody else on my list. Who's here? You guys are also high maintenance. We're just trying to have a little bit of fun. And then Jamie started bullying me. Well, that Tabs. Tabs, you have something to say? I'm going to try you. I'm sorry that happened to you, Drexel. Drexel, you'll be next.
Hello?
Abby Cotton, how are you?
Christine, hi.
Are you sitting on your porch?
Yeah, my family's having dinner right now.
You're skipping family dinner to talk to me? I'm not eating you anymore, Jamie.
Our frozen chicken really quickly.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Tell me something fun or good that happened to you this week, or funny.
Okay, so obviously, like, we aren't supposed to leave our house and stuff. So
Obviously.
So me, Britta, Anna, and Reagan, we all FaceTimed and we played Monopoly. So we all got out our own boards and like.
Wow.
Okay, I don't know if you can see my family in the background.
I can see your family back there. That's special.
This is why I had to go out here because they told me to tell you that I got quarantined out here.
Well, you know, you probably deserve it. So.
Yeah. Oh, also
you
Tucker
played
says
Monopoly.
I spectated. So Tucker and Kyler we were just so entertaining that they spectated. So
that's cool though that you were able to do like a giant game with all your friends.
Yeah, it was
very
very heated. You can't really have good what's it called when you're like trying to exchange.
You're really good at English.
Thank you.
I'm super proud of you right now.
Thank you, Christine. No, yeah, we were. Oh, hi, Emily. Sorry, I'm distracted. But yeah, we got in some fights about some rules, but it's okay. There was no hitting involved because we weren't together. But
that's good. I'm proud of you. Thank you for sharing that.
Drexel, yeah, thanks for having me.
Have fun with your frozen chicken. Bye.
Bye, Christine.
Dr. Michael. Dr. Michael. Yeah, where are Vera and Inez?
You get a 2-for-1, baby.
Oh my gosh, yes! Hi!
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Great. I'm Dr. Michael. This is my boyfriend, Dr. Scott.
Hi. Dr. Scott and Dr. Michael. So they're actually my special guests tomorrow and the following day. But also, I've never gotten to meet Dr. Michael, though. Dr. Scott.
Good to meet you. I was watching your videos.
Great to meet you. Can you guys tell me something good or something funny that happened to you guys this week?
I'll tell you something good. You can do the funny. I'll do the good.
Okay.
The good is like I work as a psychologist and like an executive coach. I've just been hearing from so many people about all these wonderful gestures of like joy and people helping each other out. And like one of my clients was like on a walk with her baby, like a 1-year-old baby boy, and somebody walked up to her and was like, "Oh, is he hungry? I have some cereal. He can have his food if he wants it." And she's like, "I'm good." And like 10 minutes later, she was like, "Oh, I saw your son." Somebody was like, "I saw your son fall down. Can we give him a disinfectant wipe?" Like people just being so nice. And this is in New York, by the way, right? Like not exactly like the one. So like I just love like there's like 10 of those stories I'm hearing like every other day, and I love how this is making us all creative. And also like I wouldn't know you right now if it weren't for this, right?
That's
people are just
true. Like the coronavirus brought us together.
It's true. I mean,
this leave my life after this.
Yeah, you're never getting rid of me. Yeah, for sure. So we just are all, I think, like bringing out the best in ourselves at like some of like the worst of times, and I really love that.
That's awesome. Dr. Scott, what's something funny that's happened to you this week?
Well, we are hilarious, Michael and I, and we have been meditating, trying to keep ourselves calm during this time of stress.
Is it working?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, it's nice.
I feel calmer than I probably would have if I wasn't doing it.
That's true. We've only meditated up to 5 minutes at a time, but a joke that I think is funny is after we finish meditating, open your eyes, and then you like
1,
you
2,
open your eyes.
3.
And then,
Gosh, that's amazing. That made my life better. I feel less stressed somehow from your screams.
yeah, it's nice to just get that scream out. You know, just like let the screams
Right.
out.
Is
Exactly.
there a medicinal name for that? Like,
That's
like
all
catharsis.
catharsis.
Yeah, we're just letting it out, baby.
that's good. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing that.
We promise
my
to be more
gosh.
well prepared when you interview us this weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, look, Scott, you got a
Sorry.
shout out. Grandpa Scooter, they know. Maybe just one real
Hey.
quick. Can you do your grandpa?
Oh, hey, is that my sweetheart, Abby? Oh, I hate to use this thing, eh?
Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Okay, we'll see you guys tomorrow and Sunday. Thanks for
See
podcasting.
you. Bye.
Bye.
How do we-
Okay, so thank you guys so much for dropping. Good job, Jamie, letting your screams out. I'm proud of you. Tonight, as we pivot, I'm gonna invite my family. Libby, what? I don't even know what that word is, and I feel like I shouldn't read it. So, I don't understand. Anyway, thank you guys for joining in on the fun. Tonight, I'm going to invite my family to come talk. I'm just keeping this real with you that 20 minutes before I started this live, we were in a full-out fight, my sisters and I, my parents, and our cousin Alan over politics. Except I don't know anything about politics, so mostly I just stared. But I'm excited for you guys to meet them. We are a family of strong opinions, diverse opinions. So I have no idea where this is gonna go. But I'm gonna call my mom and see if she'll show up. Except my button's not working, so that's cool. Why does the internet hate me today? Where are you at? Oh my gosh. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Nothing.
Oh my gosh. Okay, tell everyone what your name is.
My name?
Yes.
An Yi Ao Yan.
Okay, can you say it like a Chinese person?
Chinese?
Yeah.
我名叫做歐陽敏儀。
Oh, you're money.
Yeah.
Good job, me. So I'm so proud of myself. Look at Mom, you have so many fans. What are you asking me?
你個名呢? What is your name in Chinese?
我個名係李奕於. Did I do it right?
Yes.
Do you have Inez next to you?
Yes.
Inez, what's your name in Chinese?
She doesn't know it.
Inez, what are we doing here right now?
Just chilling.
Okay, cool, great. So Mom, I'm really happy that you're here. How has coronavirus been for you?
For me,
Yeah.
I don't have it.
That's good.
Yeah.
I
think I have it.
You think you don't
Maybe
have it?
I have it. Who knows?
This is very confusing messaging throwing to the public right now.
Not yet
Obviously,
quarantine, so I don't think I have it yet.
are you still working right now?
You mean, yeah, I always work?
Okay. I'm asking if you're going to work.
No, today I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah, but yesterday I did.
What do you do? Tell the people what you do for work.
I am a para-professional, now changed to para-educator.
What does that mean? What do you do?
What do I do? Helping the teacher to
Helping
help
the teacher.
student. Yeah.
Yep. And I think you're really good at it. So can you talk to me about, obviously the coronavirus is just hitting the United States in this last week, but it was started in China, but then there were some cases in Hong Kong, and our family is mostly in Hong Kong and Taiwan. Can you tell everybody how you felt when you first heard about the coronavirus and when your family started talking to you about it?
Mm-hmm. I think, in the beginning, it seems not really serious, but then when I read the news in Hong Kong, and then I think I can feel that it's getting worse and worse, and then my family told me that they can't get the mask, and then ask me to buy here and send them to them. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
to
then,
get the masks.
yeah, and then I tried to find it, online and on the store, but I couldn't get any.
How did you find the masks?
Someone helped me and got it in Massachusetts.
You went to Massachusetts to get
I,
where,
I went to there. I didn't go to there. Someone helped me to go there to buy some.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then tell everybody the story about mailing the masks, because you were stressed about mailing the masks.
Oh yeah, because they say, because Hong Kong have the protest, and then so they have the temporary law that you cannot wear the mask, and then so my family told me that when I send the package, don't write it's a mask because the government may take it. But then, and also, United States, my friend told me, don't write it, when you send it, don't write the mask because, someone will steal it, But then, I'm a Christian. I don't want to lie.
Mm-hmm.
So I pray to God. I say, I'll be honest. So I write it. When I send the mask, I write mask,
Mm-hmm.
And then they deliver it there after a month, but still, can be delivered there. Yeah. So,
And they received the masks, right?
They receive it, yeah. But
That's
now
awesome.
don't have the mask,
Yeah, here we don't.
We don't.
Yeah.
But in Hong Kong, the government asked all the people they need to wear the mask to prevent getting infected by the coronavirus.
Mm-hmm.
But here not.
Alyssa wants to know, is your family safe? So is everybody in our family overseas safe?
Yes, up to this moment. Yes.
Up till this moment, yes.
Yeah.
That's good.
No one get infected. That's good.
Yeah, that is really good.
Yeah.
How do you say coronavirus in Cantonese? Do you know?
武漢病毒.
武漢病毒.
Yeah, Wuhan virus.
They do call it Wuhan virus.
Yeah.
But it's Mohan.
In Hong Kong, they call it Wuhan virus.
Yeah.
Or I think another one is coronavirus, just coronavirus. 新冠病毒.
新冠病毒. Hey, if you're out there, this is a good time for you to practice your Cantonese because we can't hear you and laugh at you, So, Mom, say it one more time.
Which one?
It's coronavirus.
武漢病毒. 新冠病毒.
新冠病毒.
But they usually call Wuhan virus.
Yeah, because one thing that, again, this is very interesting. Inez, maybe you want to pop in on this. We were talking about xenophobia and racism in the United States last night. But if we're going to be really honest, there is a lot of racial and national tension between people from Hong Kong and people from mainland China. And a lot of people from Hong Kong don't like people from mainland China. Is that correct?
Yes.
Why is that?
I think, the culture is different. And also, after 97, the Chinese government let every day the government let 150 people immigrate to Hong Kong. So, so the population increasing so much. And also, in China, they have a lot of fake friends. So a lot of Chinese people from China, they will cross the border to go to Hong Kong to buy stuff, to get stuff, and also send their kids to Hong Kong to get educated. So really stress Hong Kong, citizens,
Sure.
Yeah. It's a lot of competition,
Yeah. I think whenever I listen and hear about it, obviously, Alyssa asked, doesn't Hong Kong have a wealthier / privileged economic system, more privileged economic system than China? Is that true, Mom, in your perspective?
I think so. I think Hong Kong is more developed than China.
Yeah.
And also, we have more freedom than China, and then, but after, China took over, China government, for Hong Kong government tried to, get away a lot of freedom.
Yeah. So actually, guys, in a few days, my cousin Erica, who lives in Hong Kong and is a university student, is going to be on here, and I'm going to ask her more about the protests. I'm going to ask her about the coronavirus over there. But I just wanted to kind of drop in a little bit on there because I think for me, growing up in the United States, but then also being a part of a family that's from Hong Kong, I feel like I see a lot of mirrors in terms of some of our racial tensions or border tensions, mirrored in for totally different reasons, totally different histories, totally different people. But you see some of that stuff like still leaking out, stuff that's wrong. I mean, I think it's wrong at least. The hatred and the racism, and in the midst of that though, like I think it points to just like how innately human we are, both in the good and the bad, right? Like in the bad, in our fears, in our own like wants to self-preserve and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, I'm gonna stop ranting about that. Mom, do you want to show us Monty really quick before I make Inez talk about New York?
Monty, come here.
This is my mom's favorite child, everyone. So get ready to watch her scream.
Monty, come here. Yeah.
He's also not a good dog. So
He is a cute dog.
where is he? He's not. Where is he? There he is. Okay, Mom, tell everyone, how do you say the dog says woof in Cantonese?
Woof.
No, Mom.
What?
How do you say the dog says woof in Cantonese?
Woof. Whoa. Oh, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, whoa. So every country has a different way of how dogs bark, and Cantonese is whoa, whoa.
Whoa,
Or
whoa.
as Kathy Lee says, just woof. It's fine.
Whoa, whoa, go.
Whoa, whoa, go. So everyone practice at home. Whoa, whoa, go. Okay, swinging it to you, Inez. Tell us about people want you to do a live where you teach us Cantonese, and then Julie wants you to send her dumplings. Julie wants you to send her dumplings. Can you do that?
I sent her the dumpling?
Yeah, send them to her.
Where is she?
She's in Texas right now.
Yeah, how can I do that?
She's a very practical woman, everyone, if you can't tell. Okay, Inez, tell us about New York City. How's it been?
It's been good.
But
No.
has it been good? You're not there right now.
Yes.
Why?
From home.
I escaped.
You escaped.
I heard there were rumors of New York going into shelter in place, and I didn't want to be stuck in my apartment, so I came back to New Hampshire.
That makes sense. When it comes to, like, can you talk about before you left, what were you seeing in New York City? Had it changed from, because you came to see me like the week that it was like starting to slowly escalate in Arizona. I mean, it was escalating in New York, but you came to see me in Arizona. So what was happening before, and then what happened by the time you got back?
I think the week I came to you, that's when it really escalated. And so before I left, like people were still talking about it, but I don't think a lot of people saw it as serious of a concern. And then the week that I came to visit you, I think that's when people really started to panic about the virus. And that's when people started to ordering supplies and going to the grocery store and buying toilet paper.
Toilet paper.
Good question, Mom. I don't know. And so, yeah, by the time I got back, things had gotten pretty bad. And again, there were the rumors that New York was going to go on lockdown. And yeah, I think in my neighborhood, people were still like out and about. But I think the main issue is that like, especially for people like at our age, is that like we can still go out into the city. The concern is that we are a demographic that is really at risk, but it's more about us spreading the virus to people who are at risk. So
Right.
Have like whose immune systems aren't great, or like older people, people
Sure.
above 60. So yeah, stay inside.
Stay inside. Yeah, that's right. For everyone that's watching right now, if you guys wouldn't mind, it would be cool if you guys dropped like where you're at, like in terms of city and state, and then whether you're already in shelter in place or not. Maggie is, I know, in Bloomington, Illinois, and they are. Um, I'm living in Tucson, Arizona, and we're not yet. Um, but New York City is New Hampshire?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Just shut down.
Yeah, I was just like telling everyone to social distance. Madison, Wisconsin, we do what we want. Oh, good. But I do think, Ines, you bring up a good point of like right now, this is about selflessness. Like a lot of us that could be carrying it, it doesn't really affect us, but it could really do some severe damage to people. Scots, live free or die. That's in New Hampshire. Lincoln, Illinois, shelter in place. Kankakee, Illinois, shelter in place. Tucson, Arizona from Alyssa, voluntarily choosing to stay in my apartment. Indianapolis, not yet. The Midwest is representing. Dang. Well, thank you so much, guys. I'm blown out with Maggie. Shelter in place starts at midnight. I'm gonna bring on Vera, and she's gonna talk about San Francisco. Okay, thank you. Maybe you guys should say bye in Chinese.
Bye bye. Sorry.
Bye bye. Okay. Oh my goodness. Hi everyone. This is Vera. She's my other sister. Vera, where do you live?
In San Francisco, California.
What are you doing right now?
I'm laying in my bed.
You're such a party. Great job. Okay, Vera, can you talk about just what it's been like for you in San Francisco?
Yeah, so it's been really weird in the sense that I think probably not like a week ago, but 2 weeks ago is when a lot of companies started like giving people the opportunity to work from home instead of going in. Not me, because I work for a healthcare provider, not in the clinical department, in the business office. And I don't have a laptop because I'm contracted, and they've decided that I never needed a laptop to do my work. So I have a desktop computer. And
Are you
so,
salty about that? I can't tell.
what?
Are you salty about that? I can't tell.
But, so yeah, about 2 weeks ago, I want to say, is when a lot of companies started like encouraging people to work from home. And then I want to say last Sunday or Monday is when San Francisco instituted a citywide, I think, shelter in place or lockdown. I don't really know what the difference is. And so I have not gone to work all week. Basically last Saturday, my roommate got an email that there was a person in. Oh, hi Hannah. Bye Hannah. Love you. But yeah, last Saturday, my roommate got an email from her company basically saying like, there was a confirmed case of coronavirus in our building. Haha, be vigilant. And then we were like, oh, that's scary, because what we were kind of talking about is like, I mean, before that, I'd been kind of ignoring everything because I was like, well, I have to go to work. I can't work from home. After work, I already am exposed and being exposed. I'm just going to go to the gym. Haha, that I'm going to take more. Like, I have to take 2 separate forms of public transportation to get to work.
Okay.
But I was like, just like, oh, can't do anything, gotta ignore it. But then kind of when she got that email, we were like, wait a second, and like kind of started doing more research on it and like learning things like coronavirus can live on metal for 72 hours.
Wow.
And everybody in her building has to take the elevator because like you can't take the stairs. So it's like everybody's in those elevators. Those germs are living for 72 hours.
I didn't even think about that. That's crazy.
Yeah, so that happened on Saturday, and then Sunday morning she got another email that was like, haha, the person with confirmed coronavirus, while we must protect their identity, named you as a person that they had direct contact with. Haha. And then so she and I like share everything. Like we were like walking somewhere and I was like, oh, I'm gonna put on some chapstick. She's like, oh, can I have some? And we're standing outside during the city lockdown sharing chapstick on a, like, we're idiots, but also it's like we do that all the time, so it's like whatever. But so it's like if she was exposed to coronavirus and had it,
I definitely also have it. It was also like I had a mild cough for the past like 2 weeks or whatever. And so I was like, oh, is this coronavirus? Haha, did I give it to every single person that I've been in contact with for the past 2.5 weeks? I work with a lot of old people. Like, oh, so kind of like recognizing that, like, it's not necessarily about, even if, because it's like I'm not good about being clean either. Like I'd be on public transportation, like hands in my mouth and be like, oh, I'm not supposed to be doing this. Or like touching my eyes on BART, which is like a dirty subway. Like, and I'm like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this. They say to not do this, but oops. So I think that it's like kind of the whole concept of like, even if like I wasn't technically exposed to it while licking my hands, like my roommate was, and then that means that if I had it, I was spreading it to potentially all these people while licking my hands on public transportation. So
ridiculous.
I like texted my boss and was like, oh, I'm not coming in because I might have coronavirus. Haha. And basically they're trying to figure out how to get me a laptop or my desktop now. I found out today, they're like, oh, you might just have to come in and grab your desktop computer and monitor, and do you have a keyboard and mouse? And I'm like, no. And then they're like, oh, also, do you have a cord to connect it to the internet? I'm like, what's that? Because you can't use Wi-Fi on my desktop computer.
Okay,
But
so I'm going to stop your rant for a second and ask you, because part of the issue is that you're a contractor in the middle of this whole thing, right? And a lot of people are losing jobs or unable to work when they're freelancing, or in their company, their small businesses are really being impacted, contractors, freelancers. So can you talk about, like, Brooke wanted to know, like, are you nervous about your future, and how does that impact you overall? How has it impacted other contractors that you know?
Yeah, well, like luckily I live in the state of California, where a lot, like, I mean, I pay pretty high taxes, but it means when things happen.
Stop. I hate that. Please stop.
Should I lick?
No.
Fans, should I lick?
Stop.
But yeah, I pay pretty high taxes, but it means that when things like this happen, I get more government support. So it's like I broke my ankle last June or whatever and had to take a month off work, and my healthcare company, a different healthcare company, was like, oh, guess you just have to take the month off unpaid, even though it's all of our employees' faults that you're in this position. And so like when that happened last time, I was like, oh, what am I supposed to do? I'm an idiot. I don't have savings. But luckily it's like the state allows you to apply for disability leave in that case, and they reimburse like 60 to 70% of your income. And so what California is also doing at this time is like, if you can't go to work because you have coronavirus or you've been exposed, you can apply for disability benefits, or like they also provide unemployment. And I think they also do like family leave too. And then it's like kind of, yeah, so that's nice. I'm also kind of lucky in the sense that I'm working contracted again for a healthcare provider. So like there's no risk that the organization isn't going to be making money at this time right now, because they're seeing a ton of people. So even though I'm contracted and right now I'm like, well, can't work because I might have coronavirus, it's like I was already planning on taking a 2-week unpaid vacation to Bali that I had to cancel. So it's like I can't really be like, oh no, I have to take a week off unpaid. How will I ever support this? I was literally planning on taking 2 weeks unpaid. So
Sure.
like,
So you had like a perfect storm of circumstances to be prepared in a way for this.
yeah, because it's like also after I broke my ankle and was like, oh, I'm an idiot, I don't have savings, I started saving money in case something went wrong. So
That's a responsible
like
adulthood. I'm proud of you.
concept.
Can I ask you,
Yeah.
like, you know, people right now that like this is like they're contractors, but they're being impacted in a major way?
So like
personally, I don't know if I can speak to that, but like, again, my roommate who works for she works for a consulting firm, and then she's on site. Like, she's basically, her project is a big retail family corporation. So public company, clothing, brick and mortar stores, but also online. And it's like, I guess a third of their business comes from online, but it's like, she was telling me today, this company has like $1 billion, I think, in cash flow, which means that they can basically run for a month without getting any like revenue. But today or yesterday, she found out that they laid off 400 people from like, not like people on the floor, it's like people from HQ.
Wow.
And a majority of these were contractors, but not necessarily everyone. So kind of in that sense, it like made me think about like, oh, if I wasn't working in the healthcare industry, like that would be a lot worse. Like, I think my job would be in a lot more jeopardy. But even like too, it's like, I don't know if anybody has heard of like,
hey, Justin.
Like Flywheel, the cycling brand that's like the offshoot. Well, it's like one of the founders from SoulCycle was like, oh, I'm gonna make this more competitive and metric based. But they laid off 98% of their employees today.
No way. What?
Yeah, they had
Holy
to lay off
cow.
98% of their employees because like everything has to be closed. Like all gyms are closed. Like,
wow.
And yeah, it's like kind of seeing that it's like another roommate of mine like works for SoulCycle, and we're like, oh, is that gonna happen? Like, no one knows.
Sure, that's
So,
crazy. 90% layoff is insane. I can't even like think through that very well right now. Can I swing it really different and just ask you like, this morning I read an article about just the increasing violence towards Asian people globally. How does that make you feel? Like, as you're seeing that just like from reports, and can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, obviously racism is a problem in the United States, and as like an SoulCycle. I thought you were gonna bed, Hannah. But it's like America has a huge racism problem that a lot of people don't like to recognize because it's rooted in a lot of historical structures and systems that perpetuate the inequality. And it's like not necessarily visible in the sense where you can see people in like KKK costumes marching down the streets, but
Sure.
like very much ingrained in economic opportunity and like social mobility and that type of stuff. And I think that it's been really interesting, specifically in terms of learning about, I can't say all East Asian, but like Chinese, kind of like Chinese introduction into the United States, and just kind of the way that that's worked, because it's like a lot of people are like, oh, well, Chinese people, Eastern Asian people are model minority in the sense that it's like, if you look at Eastern Asian, not Southeastern Asian, because model minority is a myth and it's harmful to a lot of Southeastern Asian communities. But Eastern
Can you explain
Asian,
that for a second? Can you explain
what?
what your statement of model minority is a myth?
Yeah, so model minority is the idea that Asian people do well or are doing the best in terms of people of color in the United States. And it's somewhat true in terms of like, if you look at data in terms of economic mobility and general just like class stuff. And just kind of in terms of, I think, experiencing explicit racism, it's like Eastern or like Asian people think like experience the least of it compared to like Black or Latino or other groups. But again, it's like the model minority is a myth, because while a lot of like Chinese people or like Korean and Japanese are doing better, and it's literally because of how the government introduced these populations into the country when they were immigrating here. Like, it was literally like, at first they were like, haha, we hate all of these people, they're evil. And then they were like, oh, well, we might just let some of them in for economic boosting, and basically introduced Chinese people as like,
I wish
hey,
people in the
listen.
government talked like that.
Oh, they were just like, hey, listen, there's going to be a large influx of Chinese people entering the country, but don't worry, they're quiet and they work hard, and they aren't going to like aggressively try to take over your businesses because they're going to do the restaurant thing or the nail thing. Like, these are industries where they're going to provide services, but don't worry, they're really quiet and they work really hard. And
Sure.
that like literal introduction is what like has, I think, allowed for a lot of just, again, like easier social and cultural integration, is the government telling people like, this is a good group of people to have in our country.
Yeah.
But if you look at kind of statistics in terms of like, again, like economics, like health outcomes, like social mobility for Southeast Asian. So that's like, if you were like more like Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand, Laos, the Philippines, Indonesia, Malaysia, a lot of those groups of people like are kind of similar, I think, to kind of the same outcomes as Latino people,
Yeah.
Latina, Latinx. Um, and so saying like, oh, Asian people, they do so well in the United States, like we don't have to worry about them. Why does affirmative action happen? It's like, you know, you can't just group an entire continent like that.
That will
Weird
preach.
concept. And saying that this group of people is doing well, like Chinese people are doing well, so all of Asia, all Asian people in the United States are doing well, it's really damaging to the communities that are still suffering as a result of like lack of access and opportunity because of their skin color or because of where they come from,
Sure.
and those opportunities afforded to them.
Yeah.
So again, as a Chinese woman, I'm actually like, we are actually in the best spot that we possibly could be. I mean, obviously it depends on what metric you're looking at. It's like you compare like Chinese women or like Eastern Asian women versus white women, and obviously there is there's a discrepancy in the sense that it's like you think of white as the power race, and most of the time it is, but it's like I've been doing a lot of like research recently into the pay gap, and Eastern Asian women actually fare better than white women in terms of the pay gap. So that I think is interesting.
That is interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I can send you a link.
Link in bio.
Yeah.
I think like my comment on some of the stuff you're sharing, at least, like today was like a wake up call for me when I read that article just about the different attacks that have been happening on Asian people because of the coronavirus, like just straight up public violence. And it just like made me recognize for the first time, like I felt so worried for our parents. Like, what if our parents go to the grocery store and someone attacks them?
Yeah.
You know, and I realized I'm like, oh, this is how Black people feel, like sending their kids in the car every time. And you know, like, and I'm like, I've never experienced this kind of fear this deeply, and it helped me to see my own privilege, you know, of like, oh, I'm so scared that mom is gonna go to Shaw's and someone's gonna jump her, you know, like, and that freaks me out. But that, you know, our friends who are Black, like every time they let their kid get in the car, like that's a risk. Like if they get pulled over, like those are things that I'm like I've never experienced this in my life until this moment. And I don't know if I would have had the chance to before this point, but it has instilled like a deep sense of fear in me today. You know, I've had to like really think through that, of like fear and then like guilt of like I've never really had enough of a frame of reference to understand what my black friends are going through, you know, like, and like to me that's been like a whoa, dang, like I need to do some checks, like in my own experiences.
Yeah, I mean, I think definitely it's like I think maybe not necessarily with you, but in my experience, like any racism that I felt I've experienced has been expressed in the form of microaggressions.
Sure. Yep.
Which again, still harmful. They're supposed to be like chip away at like one or like, but it's like, and obviously I can't be like, oh well, because other people's problems are harder, I should ignore these. But it's like really in comparison to like the racism that a lot of people have experienced. Like I feel like getting off with microaggressions is like nice. It's chill.
Can you explain to
But
people what microaggressions are real quick?
yeah, it's like it's the idea of almost like comments or actions that aren't necessarily intended, or like they're I don't know if it's necessarily even intention, but it's like kind of the idea where someone might make a comment and you don't initially kind of realize like, oh wait, that's sneaky racist. So like an example I feel like to better explain it would be like if I were meeting a new group of people and somebody is like, oh, your English is great, like that would be a microaggression because they're assuming that because of what I look like, I'm not from this country, therefore like casting me as an outsider who shouldn't be able to speak English well.
Sure.
So that's an example.
Also, guys, you heard it here first. Microaggression equals sneaky racist.
Yeah, or like another example of a microaggression would be like if there are two people on the same side of the street and say one person's white and one person's black, and the white person like chooses to cross the street on the other side because the other person is black, like that's a microaggression.
Sure. Yep.
Or people who are walking. This is, I think, another huge thing that like a lot of people, like people that are like walking, if you like see like a black person like holding your bag closer to you or something like that, like that's a microaggression.
Yep.
But I feel like the thing is that the presence of microaggressions indicates, again, still this lack of racial equality.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not surprising to me that if a lot of Asian people are still experiencing microaggressions when something like this happens, like it's going to escalate into violent attacks against, because the concept is that it's rooted in otherism, like treating other people differently because they are, or treating people like worse because they are different from you, or and assuming that because of their inherent differences that they are not as good as you, or they might be more dangerous or less educated. So
well, thank you for that course, Vera. Professor Vera. Guys, this has been fun. I feel like it was way scattered, but thanks for rolling with us, everybody, tonight. Appreciate it. Hope that you gained something. Sorry for all the times it cut out, but thanks, Vera, for teaching me a lot of things tonight too. I always learn a lot from you, even though you sound like a Valley girl. And
I'm not even in the Valley. I'm in San Francisco. I'm in the Bay Area.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna say bye. Okay, Hannah. Bye, everyone. We'll catch you tomorrow with Dr. Scott. Send in your questions about coronavirus.